Welcome back. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to a new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon lined up for Jeff. Thank you so much, Jeff, for considering this list, for supporting the channel, and of course sponsoring the marathon. Today we have Southern Rock Treasures, and we're gonna start it off with a live video, and then we're gonna do some Spotify audio reactions as well. So basically, Jeff wanted to start off this marathon like with a bang, just to see the band live and then get into more audio. So we're gonna start it off with the Marshall Tucker Band. We're gonna do Take the Highway live performance from '73. This is a longer one. Then we're gonna do Marshall Tucker Band from the album, their debut album called the Marshall Tucker Band, Can't You See? Then we're gonna switch it to the Atlanta Rhythm section from an '76 album, a rock and roll alternative called Georgia Rhythm. And we're gonna close it off with the Allman Brothers from their album Eat a Peach '72, One Way Out. That's it. Thank you so much, Jeff, for your support, for your comments, for everything you do for the channel. And I'm super stoked and super excited to do this reaction. So thank you so much. If you like the video, like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel if you like our videos. Alexia and I are doing as much as we can. And we have some other surprises as well from our trip. Today I'm not wearing a Munich t-shirt. I washed them, and so they're drying, and we're trying not to use the dryer anymore because everything kind of like shrinks. I don't know why. I think it's our dryer. So there you go. Well, without further ado, let me pull up the video and let's start with the marathon. All right, here we go. Marshall Tucker Band, Take the Highway '73. Here we go. man, wow, freaking amazing musicianship here. First of all, I love, the setup, in this amazing theater. And I can always imagine, even when it's like this, when the quality is kind of blurry and the colors are washed out, I can totally imagine it being there, like in live color, like you see the room right now because it's HD. I can still transport myself and see it. It doesn't bother me that it's like a inferior quality. It's just old, and I wish someday they might take the master tapes and show us how it like how it looks to be there. So a lot of people, I'm sure, remember being there at this concert. Maybe 50, yeah, it's 50 years ago now. It's crazy. But I love his singing. I love the flute solo, was super interesting. I love how rhythmical like the flute can become when you know how to play this kind of flute, like the like like what he does, and of course very melodic, and that was super cool. And then the guitar solo, man, what a great player. And of course only using the fingers, his thumb and finger a little bit, finger style, really cool. It's just rare to see it. Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler does it, a handful of others do it. I think it's a softer tone. I sometimes also just play with the thumb to experiment, and it is definitely a different tone. And then to get all the speed out of there, I mean, because you don't have the the picking, the alternative picking, you can't do that. But he was still playing amazingly fast licks. So great tune. I love it. This is like from their beginning, so it's really cool to see. I'm really having a blast. Really cool. So let's continue with them doing a fantastic job. I loved also the pictures, the photographs of all the people like super excited for the concert or mid through, so really cool. Let's go. Turn on the applause a little bit. Oh, there it is. All right. Rambling. Can't you see? That's what we're going to do next. All right. Okay, cool. Awesome performance, man. I mean, these guys they know how to jam and they know how to play. So we're going to continue with give me 1 second. Let me just switch this off here, and we just came without doing a cut. We can just continue here. Let me sit more in the center because I usually do that. So to give you the biggest screen. So next one is Can't You See? The Marshall Tucker Band. And of course the audio is going to be amazingly better because we're using Spotify and we're using the premium version, so it's like audio. It's literally CD quality. So here we go. 1 2 N. Can't you see? From the same as 1973. So basically from their debut. Let's go. And it was really cool. It was a good idea by Jeff to have the live version first, because now I had like this visual aid, you know, in my mind of the musicians, and they sound so tight, you know. It's incredible. I didn't even pause the song. I totally forgot. But it's a great style. I love it. Great lyrics and great interplay with the piano, you know, the guitar, the bass, drums. I love that everybody kind of like sings as backup, and the singer, you know, also plays, you know, some rhythm, and it's just fantastic. Really great band. And we've done some reactions to them, I think about 2 or 3 or so. So it's always a good time. I'm sure this is obviously more a live band, you know. So when they're live, there's some bands that are just better live. I can't say that this is not as good as what we just saw live, but I can just feel that these guys are like a live band. Like we saw Little Feat. Oh my god, man. I mean, when you hear them on record, they're amazing, but live, they had like 4 guitar players, 2 bass players, 1 steel guitar player. They had trumpets, saxophones. I don't know. There was a drum set. There was a rhythm section. You know, like not a rhythm section. It was the drummer, and then there was why can't I think of that word? You know, all other kinds of, you know, rhythmic instruments. It was just insane. Like, and every song was like 15 minutes long, you know, like when the usual version is like maybe 6 minutes or so, 5 minutes. So they would just jam, you know. So I can see that band being like this. So now Atlanta rhythm section, we've done some reactions. And I know, so what I'm getting into, I really like this band. So here we go with Georgia Rhythm. And I've said before, this was 76. So here we go. Let's get into it. Boom.
Living out of a suitcase, sleeping in hotel rooms, rental cars and airport bars and dog day afternoons. My occupation is a bicker, and music is my game. Sometimes it makes me crazy, but I would not change a thing. So lay down a backbeat and crank up your trusty Gibson. Let's give it everything we got just one more time. Loving the life we're living, playing that Georgia rhythm. Nothing else ever made me feel so fine. 4 o'clock in the morning, waiting for a plane. We passed around the bottle, Lord, and we don't feel no pain. Life out here on the highway has its ups and downs, but last night the Georgia rhythm tore up another town. So lay down and backbeat and crank up your trusty Gibson, son. Let's give it everything we got just one more time. One more time. We all loving the life we're living, conversation with my lady, some love long overdue. God knows I hate to leave her, but I got a job to do. So lay down a backbeat and crank up your trusty Gibson. Son, let's give it everything we got, just one more time. We are loving the life we're living, playing that Georgia rhythm, making music, moving on down the line. One more time, lay down a backbeat, crank up your trusty Gibson. Let's give it everything we got, just one more time. One more time, loving the life we're living, playing that Georgia rhythm. Nothing else ever made me feel this fine. Give it everything we got, just one more time.
Very cool, man. I love it, and I love the story about, like, you know, being on the road. And here they are, like, almost 50 years later, still doing it. I just, like, when I was looking at the band, that's why I'm always looking to this monitor, because there's the covers and pictures of the musicians and dates of when they're touring and stuff. So they're gonna be touring. They're not coming through Denver, but one band is coming through Denver on Alexia's birthday, which are the Eagles and Steely Dan. But insanely enough, we won't be here that day. We will be in LA watching Metallica and Tool, but we're gonna try and catch them anyways. Maybe in New York, because it's the last tour. So guys, if you like the Eagles, if you like this, if you like Steely Dan, they're not announcing their last tour, but the Eagles are. So if you have never seen the Eagles before, this is the time to see them. And with Steely Dan, I mean, Jesus, it's like almost like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So yeah, I loved I it's a great band, Atlanta, rhythm section, really cool. And I really like the lyrics, and about, you know, the troubles of getting up 4 a.m. in the morning and every day, and, you know, passing the whiskey around just like so you're not in pain anymore from all the traveling. And it must be a hard life, you know, being on the road. I mean, just like Alexia and I, we were not like actively on the road, and we were not performing every night, but we were pretty much, you know, we went to Mexico, and then we stayed a day in Montreal, and then we went to, while we were in Mexico, we went to other places in Mexico City. They were like hours away, and then Montreal, and then Germany, and then traveling around. And after a while, your body is like, oh, what's going on, you know? So imagine these guys who do a tour that takes like a couple of months, not even a couple of months. I mean, 6 months sometimes, or a year, like Metallica did. They toured for like 2 years. That's insane, you know? These guys are just made differently. But yeah, I love I love their sound. Really cool Southern sound. And there's a lot of bands that I enjoy, like, of this style, you know? Okay, so we're gonna continue. Let's see what we got here. We got one more, and actually, Jeff told me, hey, check if you've done it before. We have not done that one. It's called One Way Out, and this is live at the Fillmore. Let me see. Should say here, Eat a Peach. But this one, though, is live at the Fillmore East, June 27th, 1971. So it's a bit earlier. And all right, let's get into this. Eat a peach, I like it. Okay, here we go with the Allman Brothers. Also, we have a lot of Allman Brothers on the channel. You know, Alex and I reacting to them, and always fun time. So here we go with the Allman Brothers. Eat a peach. One Way Out.
Second floor, bragging about this time I won't be trapped no more. So raise your window, baby. I can ease out soft and slow. And I don't never know there won't be talking that stuff that they don't know. Take my place. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going out that front door. Oh, there's a man down there. Might be old man, I don't know. Oh, there's a man down there. Might be old man, I don't know. Oh, there's a man. Might happen to be your man. Oh, it just might be your man.
Yeah.
Lord, it just might just don't know. Oh, you tell me.
Yeah, I thought it was like bam at the end, but no, this was great. All these bands, these three bands are just like love the style. I got introduced into this style by funnily in like an English band, which is Dire Straits. You know, the first album has this really southern, almost like a country vibe. And I swore that the first years listening to this album, I thought Dire Straits. This was like before the internet, and where you could like find out stuff, and I thought they were just, you know, they're American, and then I found out they're British, which is crazy because you can't even hear his accent. He does an American accent, you know, Mark Knopfler on that album, and his guitar playing is very country like the licks and his blues. Also, you know, finger picking, and just an amazing album that I want to do with Alexia, like the full thing one more time. Like just we did with Asia, Steely Dan, you know, we'd heard it before, but we just wanted to sit down and listen to the whole thing and experience it, you know, in one sitting, and it's just phenomenal. This was great. Thank you so much, Jeff. I mean, these bands just like, they are just amazingly gifted musicians, you know, and I love their interaction with the crowd. Almost every time there's two guitar players, which I love. I love bands with two guitars, especially like the bands that I grew up with, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, you know, two guitar solos always. And I loved right now this little duet here that they were doing, you know, the first solo, and the second one was, I think, playing with a slide. Beautiful. The bass, boom, 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 like just, it's really powerful. They have it's a very ballsy sound. I love it. So great stuff. I love the first song. The video was really cool. It was nice to see, you know, how they look like, and it was a great performance. And then these three songs were just amazing stuff. Thank you so much, Jeff. Let me just check one last thing on your email, and I think it was only 4 songs because of, I think the first one was a little bit on the longer side. But hey, thank you so much, Jeff, for your request and for your support. And everybody, let us know what you think in the comment section. It's always nice to put in a word to the, you know, sponsor of the marathon. I think that's very nice, you know, just to give him a little, you know, thank you or something. And then get your conversations going. You know, what is your favorite song? What's your favorite album? And when did you see them first? And have you seen them live? Stuff like that, you know, get a conversation going. And I think that creates a lot of fun. And that's why people request marathons, because they want to talk about, you know, their music. So thank you so much, Jeff, for reaching out. And everybody else, thank you for being here. Thank you for liking the video or disliking, subscribing, not subscribing, whatever you like. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.